Hey, thank you, Hannah. Um, yeah, just a couple of things to mention. I do want to keep my remarks short, but I do just want to wish everyone a somber Monday morning as related to the recent racial traumas that have come to a head. I know we've covered these things in previously already, but I just want to let everyone know that we remember George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery, and many, many more. We wish their families, their communities, rest, power, and justice as well. In getting to this public policy update in health news, the trend line for deaths and cases is decreasing. In economic news, the US GDP has contracted around 5% in Q1. This was just reported by the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, as well as the Congressional Budget Office. And we're also seeing that the supports for individual household checks, unemployment benefits, and even eviction stays, as mentioned by Ms. Schroeder, are expiring or set to expire without any type of extension. So, Congress is taking on this issue at a federal level. The next coronavirus bill is expected before July 4th, although Senator McConnell is a bit hesitant. I think what I've been hearing is that the Republicans really want states to reopen, and by reopening, this will provide the financial relief for many homes. Democrats, however, are requesting and advocating for entitlement program increases, as well as money that directly to states, healthcare agencies, and otherwise. I also put a note here about mortgage rates and their reduction, although we're seeing that home interest in mortgage applications has been increasing during this past month, or to the tune of around 64%. On the next slide, with regard to Pennsylvania, we see that the curve again is flattening as diagrammed there. All counties remaining in red will be moved to yellow by Friday, and Allegheny County is slated to move to green this Friday, as mentioned. One thing to call out is that the Wolf administration and the USDA announced sites for children's summer food programs. So if that's something that is of issue or concern for you, I encourage you to do more research there to make sure that you're able to get access to these resources. Allegheny County numbers have held fairly even. There was, since we last talked 2 weeks ago, there's been around 10 deaths as related to COVID-19. So the control numbers here are pretty solid. With regard to economic news in Allegheny County, we're also seeing that because the county primarily gets money from real estate taxes rather than sales taxes, a lot of the economic contractions that were taking place at a federal level related to a reduction in consumer spending, as well as a reduction in elective surgeries, really hasn't impacted Allegheny County in the same way. And then let's go to the final slide, and we'll see just a couple of regional updates. As Hannah mentioned, tomorrow is the day to vote. So, I also want to call out, I think someone in the chat mentioned it as well, but being the PA primary, we're actually 5 months away from the November election. And so the types of changes and structures that we've talked about on this call today really do require systematic leadership changes. And I don't think it's something that's going to happen, tomorrow or maybe even this year, but our voting is extremely important in order to provide and produce the systematic changes that we know are necessary in this space. Beyond that, as an update, courts reopened in Allegheny County today, actually. Port Authority bus fares are going to be returning to full fare as of June 8th. So keep a lookout for that. For those of you riding the buses, around 75% of the Port Authority's 720 buses now have the plexiglass installations for protection, and front door boarding will start today as well. Beyond that, let me see what else I want to cover here. Yeah, I would just pay attention to the green guidelines for what things look like for this Friday. And then beyond that, just stay vigilant. Don't take unnecessary risks, and keep one another safe by keeping yourself safe. And that applies to everything from COVID-19 to protesting to otherwise. Just stay safe out there, and know that our hearts are with you all. Thank you.